What's going on, all you beautiful aviators? Randomet787 here. Well, been a while since I've done any type of discussion video, but I guess not much to discuss. I usually don't do these type of videos involving Flight Simulator, but I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of concerns. I'm not as excited as you think I am for Flight Simulator 2024. Not as excited as, I'm excited, but not like I was when 2020 was announced, where I was just basically pissing my pants the entire time and I just wanted more information. So I'm not as excited as I was for the first one. You know, the first thing that was coming through my mind when I heard that this was announced, I'm like, wait, already? I thought there was a 10-year plan to support this game, the current one that we're on right now. So I thought I'd just go through the trailer, I guess, a little bit. I'll pull it up right here, and I guess we'll just go through it together a little bit, and just, you know, some of the stuff that I noticed. I'll just go ahead and put myself right there. I'll have the trailer muted and everything like that. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of focus here on mission/careers type thing. I mean, that's literally the tagline of this. Pursue your dream of a career in aviation. Which, I like this. This is actually cool, you know, makes the simulator a little more in-depth, because a lot of times when people think of Flight Simulator, there's really not much to it. Like 2020 or just Flight Simulator in general, there's really not much to it. You just get in a plane, take off, and you do whatever you want. So I see this as a way maybe to, you know, kind of makes Flight Simulator a little bit more in-depth, which I think is cool. But this content, is this enough to warrant a sequel, to pay $60, maybe perhaps another $120 like I did with FS 2020? I don't really know about that. And that's one of the concerns that I have for this game, is this gonna really be worth it? And the fact that it seems like Azobo may just be, you know, dumping FS 20. I don't think they're gonna dump it right away as soon as this game comes out, but this was a good point I saw from the Flight Sim forums right here. Let me bring this up. It says, is this going to fragment the community between the two games? Will multiplayer work between them? That's another thing, because you don't want to split the community here, Azobo. I really hope that this doesn't happen, because I don't think a lot of people are going to be jumping ship. Heck, I'm even concerned if I will, because, you know, but let's not talk about the concerns right now. Let's save that for a little bit later and just kind of dive into what we're actually seeing here. So as you can see here, we're going to be battling, you know, stuff like forest fires, which looks really cool. I'm sure that'll be just very satisfying to put out, you know, just being able to douse all fires like that and everything. So you know, search and rescue, you know, I hope these are more in depth, because this isn't much different than what we saw in FSX. I mean, it'll probably be a lot more detailed, and it'll probably be a lot more difficult, considering of all the, you know, dynamic weather effects that you get from flying close to mountains. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot more difficulty in it. But the thing is, in Flight Simulator, you can set the difficulty that you want. Now, I turn all the assists off. I rarely ever use anything. Maybe the taxi ribbon, if I'm just too lazy to try to find the freaking runway and I just want to get there and, take off. So what's another one that they got here? Oil rig. Again, we saw in FSX. This isn't that much different. But it doesn't mean it's not cool. You know, hopefully there's, you know, I hope these aren't just missions and these are actual careers, or like, you know, like things you can really flesh out on it. If this is just like, if it's just missions, like a couple of missions, I don't think that's going to be enough to warrant a sequel. I feel like it would just be some, like, maybe a good paid DLC to add on to FS 2020 might be cool. But the thing is, I don't know if this warrants a sequel yet. I'm not convinced yet, personally. I mean, graphically, it looks good, but is it a huge leap? I don't know. We don't know. Like, maybe a ground level can be, but those might just be handcrafted areas. We don't really know yet. So, and this is another thing. How come airlines are not yet confirmed? That would be the main thing I want to do, is be an airline pilot. How is that not an officially confirmed thing right now? Because it should be. Okay, when you think of careers in aviation, what's the first thing you think of? Airlines. That's the first thing that comes to everybody's mind. You can't tell me otherwise, okay? When everyone says career in aviation, someone's going to automatically assume you're an airline pilot, or you want to talk about airlines. So, this one I actually kind of like. Agricultural aviation, just that rural aviation type of stuff. That does seem cool. You know, mountain rescue. You know, like I said, like how diverse are these gonna be? Is it just gonna be one type of thing that you're doing? Just like I said, is it only gonna be missions? This one, this is something new. Skydiving. This I think would be cool, but you know what I'm going to be trying to do? I'm going to try to hit the people skydiving, chop them up into little bits. I know that's not what's going to happen in the game. This has to be E-rated. If they did that, that would probably be rated M if you're literally killing the people you take up with you. Aerial construction, that's new. Cargo transport, that's something different. So I do like that. Yeah, or like going... this I can tell you is Antarctica. I can just tell... right off the bat. Am I recording? Okay, good. What else do we got? VIP charter service. This looks pretty cool, but yeah, we did have VIP charter or VIP stuff in the past, but it might be more in-depth. Like, you'll actually see people getting on the plane. Maybe there's a way you can communicate with them. I have to keep an eye on them and not scare them. I mean, I'm gonna probably scare them shitless and just do a bunch of barrel rolls just to see if they react to that. Air races. Like I said, again, we've seen it before. I'm not trying to... You know, I'm not just trying to go on a rant here, and I'm just saying these are my concerns. You know, I mean, it's cool content, but like I said, is it warrant for a sequel? That's what I keep thinking in my mind. This was a surprise to me, glider pilot, because I really don't. Because I'm currently training as a glider pilot right now. I'm still a student. I haven't soloed yet. As far as I know, in the world of gliding, you don't do it for money. This is a strict hobby. Like, it's mostly considered a sport in the glider pilot community. We don't, like, the instructors that we have where I take my lessons, this is out of their own free time. They don't get paid for it. They do this because they love it. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with this. Maybe you work your ranks up to it as an instructor or something like that. I don't know how they're going to do that. This one is cool. Scientific research. This is the one that really caught my eye, that they got freaking tornadoes now. So I think that looks actually pretty damn sick. So does that mean we can do hurricanes? We can fly in hurricanes now? Because you kind of technically can fly in hurricanes in the current game, but I feel like they're not quite fleshed out there. I feel like the weather simulation system that they got in there is maybe just not quite up to snuff. But I'm kind of shocked that, because from what I found out, apparently this is in a brand new engine. But the thing is, how much of a leap can you make in just 3 years? Now, granted, I know development for this game started, you know, a while back, so it probably evolved by then. Is what I'm thinking. That's what the case is. Because, you know, I know technology these days is moving very fast. It just seems so sudden, you know? What's another one they got here? Low altitude training. Again, now, it's more than the F-18 this time. They got, you know, the A-10 Warhog here, so that's pretty cool. Executive Transport Services, and here, Seasons. This is the one I'm 50-50 on, because we've been asking for this from Azobo since the game came out. And now it's going to be part of a whole new game. Now, I don't know if their current game was held back by it, but at the same time, look at the other previous versions of Flight Simulator. They had Seasons, no problem. Now, granted, they probably weren't it was more of just like a paint job rather than an actual season than affecting the weather. The actual weather for the time of year in the new Flight Simmer is pretty accurate to the conditions outside. The previous years, it didn't really make that much of a difference, but you know, I'm trying to, you know, look at both sides of the coin rather than just go on a full-on rant or just being a full-on fanboy. I'm trying to be a little bit open-minded with this thing, as far as what we got today. Airship Tour, this looks pretty fun. This I want to try as well. See, there are some, or hot air, but this I'm definitely doing. Now, as far as real life, there is no way, unless you're paying me like $1 billion to get in one of these things, I ain't doing it. Because it may surprise you, I actually am scared of heights in certain circumstances, if you can even believe that. If I don't have anything surrounding me, if I'm not like enclosed in something, unless it's like a roller coaster, I will literally freak the hell out. I won't even go on a Ferris wheel like I used to. I can't even do Ferris wheels anymore. I'm actually scared to go on them. Okay, so that's pretty much the trailer here. So let's go over some of the concerns that I have for this game. So first thing, 10-year plan. That seems like it's being thrown out the window. I understand things can change, but when you promise a 10-year plan, you really should stick to it. Now, could Azobo technically support FS 2020 for 10 years? Yeah, but how much support is that really gonna be? I think at the very least, though, they'll probably keep updating the map and, you know, you'll still get accurate weather. But how about content? Are we no longer going to get content with the old Flight Simulator once this game comes out? Are we just going to get left in the dust? Because that's going to really piss off the community, because I can tell you the Flight Sim community is even bigger now, and we definitely don't want to get left behind like that. So that's something that I personally wouldn't be happy about, because, you know, like, I'm not completely sold on this yet. Maybe at $60 I could see myself buying this, because, you know, I'm a Flight Simulator fan. But the thing is, though, I heard some other concerns from people. What's the status of this game going to be at launch? Because as we all know, Flight Simulator 2020 did not launch in a stable state. Now, granted, like I've always said, it wasn't a Cyberpunk, Fallout 76 type of launch, but it left a lot to be desired. The weather system was screwed up. There were crashes out the wazoo. Like, if you just plugged in a USB device, the game would crash. So Azobo hasn't got me convinced that this is going to be a stable launch. I mean, we're talking about the whole freaking world here. Now, could they have learned a lot from FS 2020? Absolutely. But we're dealing with a whole new game here, so I don't really know how the launch is going to go. I'm not even convinced I would even buy this game at launch, considering what we experienced with FS 2020, with that track record there. Now, granted, Azobo has gotten really good with the updates for 2020, which at the same time makes me kind of wish... I just kind of wish this was like an actual paid DLC or something like that. Or like we take 2020 and we upgrade it to a different version. The current users get it for free, but anyone wanting to get in just pays for it, and it's the 2024 version. That's what I was kind of hoping this was, but it's not. This is an entirely separate game, and that's confirmed by Xbox. You can go on their Twitter. In fact, I think I have it. I don't have it up, but you know what? I don't want to keep the video dragging on. You can find it on Twitter. This is an official sequel. Also, this is a big one, and if this one is not done carefully, you are going to see so much uproar from the Flight Sim community if this is not done right. Mods, because this is one of the main things that has always kept Flight Simulator going, is the modding community, whether it be freeware or payware. Is it going to be as simple as 1, 2, 3 to transfer our mods and pay mods? Because I put money into this game. I bought the PMDG 737 and the Aerosoft CRJ 700 and 900. I don't usually pay for a lot of DLC, but you know, we got A2A come out with their Piper Comanche at some point. I don't know when, but are we going to be able to take this and easily transfer it. And that's another thing I've heard people say is like the marketplace stuff that they bought in the marketplace. Can we just bring this stuff over to 2024? I would like to assume Azoba will do that, but if for some reason they make it complicated, we're gonna be pissed. So please, Azobo, do not screw up on the modding. You've done an amazing, impeccable job when it comes to FS 2020. So that's probably the biggest concern that I have is the modding. But yeah, I think that's really all I gotta say on this. I don't want to drag the video out too much further. Just like I said, I have some excitement for this. In fact, you know what? Let me bring my face back up because it probably looks a little weird just having voice in there in the background. So, like I said, I'm excited, but I'm very 50-50 on this. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm excited but concerned, cautiously optimistic. Let's put it that way in simple terms. So, I like to hear from you guys though, because you're the guys I really your thoughts are the ones I really want to hear. I hope we get more information from Azobo soon, because this is gonna kind of seem. This is seeming more like a patch to me, like a paid patch. You know, I can't deny that there's some improvements in technology here. It definitely looks like a jump up in some aspects, but not all aspects. Not like from FSX to FS 2020. We don't talk about Microsoft Light. That doesn't count. So anyway, guys, your thoughts in the comments below, your questions, your concerns, how you feeling about the game. I want to know everything down in the comments below. And I'll see you all in the next video, whenever that may be. I'll catch y'all later. Happy flying. Peace out, guys.